All right, welcome everybody. Today's video, we find ourselves north of Prachuap, Khiri and south of Hua Hin, kind of in the middle near Pranbury. Anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna hike up and we're gonna check out a cave and see what it looks like. I've been excited to see this for a little while, and I'll tell you a little bit about it and we'll go up and see it. But we're right here along the coast, and as you can see, here's a little beach, and then the area is got some pretty cool limestone rock formations, and it's kind of a stormy day, so you see the waves are kind of rolling in, the water's pretty choppy and not very clear because it's been raining so much. But we're gonna go up here. You can see a little bit of the walkway, and then down here at the base they have a bunch of different stuff. They have like a little market and some other stuff set up here, like Big Seafood is what they call this place. And they have some souvenirs and all kinds of stuff. But this cave is really famous. It's where kings have visited. So you see it has a bunch of little souvenir shops and stuff. Now the Thais come over here, also foreign tourists. So you'll see a little bit of stuff for everybody. And the Thais come in by bus or they drive. Some of the foreign tourists will come over here by these buses or the vans. Others will hire like a boat from Hua Hin, and they'll come down here and then they'll get to this point and then they'll hike up the hill. Okay, so to go up to this cave, as you can see here, there's the dual pricing as always at all of these places. So I have to pay 200 baht. Okay, so you can see the trail up. It has somewhat a staircase up to here, but it's supposed to be 800 meters up from the base. So here's the view from about halfway up. Yeah, it's quite spectacular. All right, let's keep climbing. All right, so they have a viewpoint kind of about 200 meters away from the cave, and it gives you a really fantastic view. So there's another beach up there, and then this goes up into the Roi Yot National Park. Wow, this is a fantastic view. One little tree is blocking it, but this is almost perfect. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. And this is a little trail up to that viewpoint, and then the other trail keeps going. Now it seems to be easier to walk on this little concrete thing that they have, except for the really steep parts. This is definitely not handicap accessible, but the climb up here is moderate. You don't have to be like in super great shape to get up here. Okay, so we made it over the hill, and now we're over here at the Laem Sala beach, and the trail goes back over that way. So we're here, and let's walk through here and let's go over towards the cave. Okay, so about 400 meters or so after coming over that little hill, we're over here at the main part of the beach. They have a restaurant, they have bathrooms, stuff like that. And then it's pointing over this way to go to the cave. We'll look at the beach after we get done with the cave. All right, so here's the start of the nature trail. So the cave is about 625 meters with the little pavilion. It says it takes about half hour to get up there. The trail has some loose gravel. Down here it's sand. Now the cave is the first visited by King Rama IV in 1890, and he signed the wall, and it became kind of a trend. So Rama IV came here first, then Rama V, VI, VII, and Rama IX have all been here. Rama VIII never visited here. He was killed at a very young age before he could come over here. And Rama X, it doesn't look like has been here yet either. Interesting enough, they have a little well right here. And it talks about how it was written in some of the army journals and stuff like that, where people could anchor over here and they could come up here and drink fresh water. And this isn't too far from the beach. Okay, so it looks like it's another 430 meter climb. It says here, if you have health conditions, please consider before you go. All right, so let's go up here. You can see it looks like it's a little bit of a switchback stairs through the jungle. Okay, so we got about 280 meters to go. This part of the trail over here is quite steep, and it switchbacks, and the footing is not very good. So if it's wet, this would be a bit treacherous up here. Okay, so we're almost there. We're 30 meters away from the cave entrance. This was quite a strenuous climb. I didn't expect it to be this hard, but hopefully it'll be worth it when I get in. Now, looking around, I see all the vegetation here. The vegetation is kind of interesting. So on top of this limestone rocks, it gets a lot of rain, but the soil is really shallow. So there's not a lot of soil for the trees and everything to survive. So the trees that grow here are like the figs that send out roots along the surface, and they can cling to the rocks, and they can get the amount of moisture that they need from the rain, and it doesn't require a lot of groundwater. So these are very hardy trees. The water also here is very acidic. It gets a lot of minerals out of the limestone, so only a few things can survive, really hardy species. And that's why you see a lot of cactus in this region also, is even though it's right on the coast, it gets a lot of rain, but the ground doesn't sustain it. So they have to be really hardy to be able to survive here. Okay, so let's go down into the cave. So this is the descent into the cave. So there's 3 little caverns. And King Rama V is the one that ordered the pavilion to be built in the middle of this one. That's the thing I came here to see. So hopefully it'll be as spectacular as all the pictures you see. Yeah, so this is quite cool. So the limestone erodes so easily, so it forms a lot of these caves. So after you climb the 460 meters or so up here, then you get to climb down into the cave. So that'll be all part of going back. You'll have to climb up to get out of it. So this is quite spectacular here. So when you climb down the stairs, you come into this open area where the cave, the top of it is eroded away, and there's trees and stuff growing down here. So the stairs are uneven and would definitely be a challenge in the rain. So this is the inside of that big cavern, and this is really cool. So the weather eroded the top, and then you can see right there. So part of the roof didn't collapse, and they call that section right there, they call it Dead Bridge. And it's looking right up into the sun. It's kind of hard to see, but wow, it's fantastic. And then it looks like over here the roof collapsed also. Oh, this is amazing. This is quite beautiful. And the kids crying up there. You can see the stairwell out. You can see how this is all collapsed down. All right, now right over here is the thing we want to see, the Phraya Nakhon Cave. So we'll go down this little walkway, and I can just see the pavilion over here. Yeah, you can see the stalactites, all that, so it's formed from all the minerals. This is a nice little wooden bridge right here. It's actually the easiest part of the whole trip. This cave is massive, and you could just see coming up here. That's what I did the whole hike for. All right, so here we are. There is the little pavilion that Rama V had built. Now everybody wants to come up here early in the morning, and the sun is straight above, and it kind of glows down on this pavilion. But I don't know, I've seen pictures of it where it looks pretty cool, but it wasn't worth getting up here at the crack of dawn. This is still fantastic. This is a fantastic look at it. So this was built by hand in Bangkok. So they assembled it in Bangkok, and then they disassembled it, and they brought it over here, and they reconstructed it on this spot. And it would have been quite an undertaking, getting up that set of stairs, carrying a heavy load. Now this is the symbol of Prachuap Khiri, and it was built right here in this cave. Now the cave was discovered, they say, by one of the leaders of this area 200 years ago, where supposedly he was taking shelter from a storm and he came upon this cave. And it was something that drew the interest of Rama IV, so he came up and visited it. Okay, so let's look around the little cave a little bit more. Now this is pretty cool. You can see the full columns that have formed. So like a sodium bicarbonate or something like that, I can't remember the mineral exactly, kind of leaches out of these rocks, and it forms from the top the stalactites, and then it drips down and it leaves the minerals down here on the bottom that are the stalagmites, and they eventually connect and they form these amazing little columns. You can see them here. I have some rocks over here. I climbed up to get a pretty good view of the inside of this cave. I'm looking, just one more look around at this cave before we take off. It's fantastic. You can see some vines hanging down or some roots, the trees growing. All the rock formations are spectacular. And this big, huge rock, I don't know if it was part of the roof that collapsed down or if it eroded around. Now they say that the Thai people have a saying that a drop of water a day can erode a rock, which is partially true. I mean, it takes eons to do it, but one drop a day and we'll slowly weather a rock away. All right, so this is the last little bit inside we'll look at. So there's two kings that signed the walls. So this is Rama V's signature, and over here is Rama 7. So they both signed it. Rama 9 visited this cave twice and he never signed the walls. So let's go and let's go down now. All right, so the climb back down from up there wasn't too bad. It's just downhill, so have to be careful of slipping. And plus you're a little tired from going up there. If an old man like me can do it wearing sandals, then anybody can do it. Just make sure you drink plenty of water because it is hot. All right, so let's go take a look at the beach and then we'll climb back over that first cape that we went over to get here, and then we'll call it a day. We got some monks that are gonna go up. Swadee Kap. All right, so here we are on the little beach, just in time for the rain also. Now there's a bunch of people over here. It looks like they're waiting on the boat. So you can take a boat from here around that little cape to the ticket booth over there. And I think I saw the sign was like 800 baht, but you still have to climb up the hill to get into the cave. There's no way around that. The beach looks fair. The sand is kind of muddy and it has a lot of the rocks and shells. Up here underneath the sea pines, it's a lot better sand. But it's clean enough. This is the, what is it, the Laem Sala beach. And it's part of the Roi Yot National Park. Kids out here doing the pictures and everything. Now the Roi Yot, they say that it's named after 300 Chinese. There was, in the old days, a shipwreck is what they say, and 300 survivors from the Chinese ship washed ashore, and that's where they get the name. The other story about how it got its name is 300 peaks, that there's 300 of these limestone peaks around. But either way, that's the name, is the Roi Yot. And this is the Laem Sala beach. It's nothing really to write home about. The beaches in Hua Hin and further south to Prachuap and Khiri are much better than this. But this is just a nice little stop along the way when you're going over to see the cave. All right, guys, that finishes up our video going up this little hike to the Phraya Nakhon Cave. It was a lot of fun. The ticket price, 200 baht to get up there. It was a little steep for what it is, but it's unique. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. So definitely something to do if you're so inclined and you want a little bit of exercise. I'd probably allocate at least 3 hours to do it, and bring a lot of water, drink it along the way, take some breaks. There's no rush. There's no first place for climbing the steps the fastest. And when you're an old man like me, you're in last place anyway. So anyway, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's something I've been wanting to do. Last time I came over, it was really rainy and I didn't want to climb over these, the little mountain trail to get to it in the rain. So I came back today, but I say that and it's starting to rain now. So I might have to navigate it going back over. So anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and that way you're notified when I post a new video. If you've been here before, or if you want me to see something different, leave me a comment down below, or just tell me what you think. If you like the pavilion, if you like the cave, whatever, and leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you want to see next time, and I'll do my best to make a video. And smash the like button, just takes a second, and it helps my videos get promoted. And until next time, guys, remember, life is a journey. Enjoy.